He actually gets to take 2 shots at the gun, by the way.
Mm.
Rate of fire too.
Yep, because he was using the lightning. He's using a double action. So his damage is gonna be. Oh, I think we can. Oh no, right, because we aren't subtracting it. So his damage is gonna be 2d6 double, and then we divide it by 6. He deals no damage with the first shot. And then his second test is again 2d8 versus a target number of 5. Oh, fuck!
Ooh.
Something happens here. He rolled more ones. He rolled at least half ones. He
Oh
actually rolled
no.
double ones. So he goes bust. Um,
He didn't have cheap gear, did he?
that was yeah. No, it's not cheap gear, but that
All
was also
right.
his last bullet.
It was
Um,
bad bullet. It blew up.
I think during your punching at him, right? So you're like punching and kicking and using Wing Chun style. You knocked open one of his buckles on his equipment, and his speed loaders all fall out.
Ah.
So his 2 speed loaders fall out, and he's like, shit, shit, shit! And so he's got to reach into his bullet bag now and start manually loading this gun, which is really bad.
Well then.
Uh, Hack,
Yes.
would you like to tell us what happens during your death scene here?
Just gonna go. Jim, Jim, Miss Penelope, let me look on one pretty face one more time.
Oh
I'm sorry,
no.
Quint. I'm sorry, Quint. It was all my fault. I was always an asshole.
And then you die. Yep. All right, Jim. You still got a hot deck that's not fully knocked down, so let's roll our quickness tests.
He was my only friend in the Weird West.
Hmm.
I hope he gets a really high quickness test because he's got to reload this shit and shoot you in the face. All right, his quickness is 2d8.
I got a raise, but I got a 1 on the raise. Wow.
Good enough, right? So he got a success.
I didn't
You
divide it,
only
but
have
I
2
got
wounds, right? So you have a -2 to your roll.
yeah.
Okay, so you get 3 cards because you have a success and a raise.
Oh,
And he gets 2 cards.
right now.
Deal out.
Draw 3. Oh well.
Okay, any jokers?
I have a jack. That's my highest card.
Excellent. Ace, King, Queen, Jack. Let's do it.
Oop, oop, oop. I'm gonna start just drawing them onto the table. Is that all right? Because then I can just flip them like quicker.
Yeah, I guess, but then you won't know what they are.
Oh yeah, fair
Yep.
enough. Oh man, that's clunky. Yeah, that's okay.
The reason I have them dealt face down is for cheating.
Yeah.
You can place, and that's for duels. You can, or interrupting actions. You can place
It's
a card face down.
kind of like holding your action in other
Yeah,
popular systems.
it's exactly like holding your action.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
Holding
what
your
would you
action
like to
is
do?
cheating. You heard it here. I'm gonna punch the crap out of him. I think.
Okay, you have not moved at all.
His gun is no longer a threat, though. At least not right now.
Okay, so
It's true.
what's happening? What's up?
I'm just gonna straight up smack this guy as hard as I can with my fist
Okay,
because I
let's
don't
do it.
have my brass knuckle in my hand yet. So I'm gonna do that from now on. But for now, let's actually roll some dice. 12 and a target of 5.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, you got a success and a raise, but unfortunately,
I didn't get the raise.
you didn't get the raise. You do connect, however. You'd like to
So that's
deal your damage.
a flat strength roll.
Only you had your sword.
I will find my sword and I'm gonna name it Hack.
Hey, there you go.
What the fuck? You got a double raise on that first roll.
Nice,
Son of a
nice,
bitch.
nice.
Okay, and we're dividing that by his size, which is 6.
No, do we really add all those dice together, or is it
Yeah,
just the
that's how
18?
damage works.
Man,
So you
all right.
hit him for 5 wounds, killing him instantly with a single blow.
Jesus.
I just I do the palm strike to the nose.
Oh, you shove his nose back up into his brain using
That
your
whole thing
ancient
that you could totally do.
martial arts chi knowledge,
Yeah, touch to the
and
face.
urban legends.
Yeah.
And it's like you can just tell it's like in the special effects part, it's just like a big stupid, cast, and you can just it's not a real face, but it looks.
Yeah, just smushes right
No,
underneath.
the
Yeah.
special effects for this thing is amazing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Django,
okay.
Yeah,
right?
for this show, yeah, top of the line.
All
It's all
right.
in your head, basically, kind of.
All right.
Let me just make sure that's how it goes down. Hand-to-hand damage.
I don't know.
You
I seem
roll
to.
strength. Yep, and as it says, you add it all together.
Man, there's got to be something though. I thought there was something where he could subtract from his vigor, or his vigor.
That might be right, yeah.
There's
He does get
dodge.
to defend against it.
But no, you said he was dead. He's dead.
Just wait a minute.
You can't get him back.
We want to do it right.
That's right.
There's something. There's something in there. I know there is.
Okay, unlike lethal attacks, you don't get extra dice. So you do get to roll for where you hit him for, if you'd like to roll a d20.
And there's an adjustment based on the fact that it's hand to hand. So I think it's like all above the legs or something. There's a different.
Yeah, there's a different chart.
Okay.
And he does get to make a vigor roll.
So, like,
and that's the amount of
resist.
damage in wind that he takes. So he doesn't take 5.
5 wounds.
Right, but he only has 12 wind, so in order to not be instantly knocked out by your attack.
He's gonna have to roll high.
So his vigor is 3d6.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 9 for hit location. Still trying to find that chart.
Okay, his vigor was a 5. Makes a difference in wind. He takes 30 wind damage, which is enough to knock him into negative wind.
Oh.
Now let's see what happens there. Negative wind. Every time a character takes negative wind, he takes a wound to the gut. So your blow hits him in area 9, which I'm still not sure quite where that is.
Well, okay, so it says modifiers when fighting is +2, so it's actually 11, so it is an arm, I believe.
Yep. You finally hit him in his gun arm, right? But we see like the slow motion hit and like you see the chi traveling through his body and his guts like rumbling, and then we get the like an aura zoom in, like everything goes grayscale, and then you see like this red energy going through his body, and he just like hits that rock behind him, and it's like, ooh, and the gun goes flying.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
All right, what do you do now?
Let's
He's basically
see.
unconscious and bleeding. He'll die if you don't stop to help him.
I'm gonna go to Hack.
Okay.
I don't know
Hack
that he is
fucking dead, man.
Well
Hack is
then.
absolutely destroyed.
I will take a moment to lament the loss of my friend, and then I'll go back to this bandit and see if I can try to keep him from dying.
Yeah, you might have to question him.
Make a medicine roll.
Oh no.
So while you're preparing to do your medicine roll, you hear a voice call out, and it echoes around the canyons and the scrub brush around you. Can't see where it's coming from. And you recognize this voice. It sounds pretty damn familiar.
Oh man.
It sounds, in fact, just like the voice of Bill McCreary.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, I decided to swap him out for the bad guy here, just because
No, that's good.
that's
Good.
perfect. And you hear
He-
McCurdy call out. He's like, "Jim, I think I got your boy down there. You got two of my boys too, but I'm coming for you soon. Enjoy the night, son. Not only am I gonna take this here whole train full of gold, but I'm gonna pin it all on you. And with you dead, there'll be no one there to contest it.
Ah.
Have a nice cold night on the prairie scrublands, Jim. Sleep tight." And then you hear like the sounds of a gun shooting off, like bang, bang, bang.
Oh, like he's running away in the distance. You bastard! You bastard! I'll yell after him. You killed my only friend! And I'll kneel down and I'll look at his goon, and I'll just stand up and walk away from the goon. I won't administer medicine to him.
Okay.
Ooh.
After a few minutes, the goon dies
Nice.
in his sleep. Okay, after the train robbers have been chased off, the passengers set about to assessing their situation. They seem to be led by a young woman by the name of Laura Giles.
Alright.
And she's very practical and somewhat attractive. 20-year-old, like young, white, northerner girl, clean and wholesome, wearing a very pretty dress, and she's just setting about. She's like, "Now make sure you tend to these wounds here, gentlemen, and make sure you remove all the foodstuffs from the train. We should get blankets out immediately out there to Mr. Hack. See if we can provide some medical attention. Someone will need to get a fire started, and I think that the railway cars will be good too." And then, like, the night conductor, Mr. White, comes along, and she's like, "Yo, Mr. White, could you please make sure that the railway sleeping car is still in optimal performance? We're going to need to bunk everyone down. I don't think the campfire is going to heat the car up as much as I'd like, but I don't want to set anything on fire." And he's, like, nodding, and then just, like, blah, blah, just wanders off, like, blah, foul woman telling me what to do, and just kind of takes his cane and shuffles forward 3 cars.
So it's still on the track?
Yes, the train is still on the track, and it seems like she is preparing everyone to like fortify the train down, but is still making a fire outside to like keep animals away and get things heated up, since she doesn't want to try to use the gas in the railway car after the crash.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So she's getting all the like propane and everything moved off of it, and like getting the food moved out into, hanging bags from trees and stuff like that.
All right. I'm just gonna go in.
As you do, you're stopped by Penelope, the young red-headed woman from the first episode, and she's like, "Mr. Jim, how is Hack? Why isn't he returned with you?" Or she's got like tears coming down from her face. And she's like, "Are we gonna be okay?"
I'll just I'll look at her and I'll shake my head. There's a tear in one eye, and then I'll just walk past her.
So she like follows after you, like a duckling, and she's got like a bow on the back of her dress. So she's just like leaning around you as you're walking. She's like, "Mr. Jim, a young woman like me is in need of protection in a situation like this. I'm sure I can count on you. Yes."
I keep on walking.
We're gonna zoom into her purse, by the way, which has a half-kilo can of peaches inside of it.
Yeah,
She's
of course.
Scrounging for herself.
I go back to where my things were still stored, hopefully on the train.
So the things that you had would have been stored in the luggage compartment, correct?
Or her sleeping compartment.
What did you have in storage? Was it enough to be in your sleeping compartment?
I just didn't have my rifle on me, so I was gonna go get it.
I assume that might be in your sleeping compartment, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll say it.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so I
it's
don't
there.
lose it.
So the thing is, the luggage compartment is gone.
Yeah.
And so most of the passengers are lamenting their loss. The gambler that you gambled with the first time around,
Dawson?
Gregory Dawson, is like, well, I lost a lot in that there train crash, but fortunately I still got this here. And he like underneath his coat, he like partially pulls out the rolled up parchment map and then stuffs it back in there. Still got the treasure map with at least 1,000 gold. Surely the treasure of Blackbeard's neck will be worth quite a bit to those bandits. Should I have to bargain with my life?
Black neckbeard.
Yep, it's Blackbeard's neck, but
So at the sound of him saying he lost a lot, I'll toss him like $10. I'll just like grab the money and just shove it in his face as I walk past.
So that's super embarrassing because he was like talking to a bunch
To
of
a bunch of
gentlemen and like cock strutting, and then you just like toss him money, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll have a drink on your friend Hack's behalf. Never have I been cheated by a man at cards like that."
Oh man, and I will continue not saying anything and just going to get my gun.
Okay, Laura Giles, Miss Giles, stops you on the way and is like, "Excuse me, Mr. Jim. There's a passenger in the sleeping car. We've been unable to unlock it. Could you please see to him? He threatened to shoot us if we open up his car."
I'll just grunt and I'll be like, I'll see to it.
And she's kind of like, "Excellent. It's so good organizing the men folk like this." And then she goes back to giving orders to anybody standing around.
Mm-hmm.
So, while she has the appearance of someone, someone innocent, she is giving like almost military. You were in the military, so she's giving like almost drill sergeant style orders to secure the camp against invasion. It's rather off-putting. But yeah, Mike, why don't you introduce your new character who's locked in his cabin and threatened to shoot anybody who comes in?
Oh man.
All right, so I guess does Jim come up there and or
It's locked. Is it just like a locked door, basically?
Yeah, it's a locked door.
I'm gonna take my rifle and just like butt it down.
Okay. You just start slamming on the door.
Yep.
Okay, I'll finally hold on now, just one damn minute.
But.
And I guess I'm gonna open up the door and you see a guy. He's a lot different than Hack, of course. He's got a handlebar mustache that's all waxed up, and he's kind of wearing a nice, shirt and pants, like part of a suit. And he's got two guns strapped to him, and he's got a very close cut haircut, and also hanging down from one of his from his shirt is a monocle. He says, "Just what is all this racket going on here?"
We need in.
We need for what?
We need the space.
The space. What happened? I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden, what?
This train ain't safe no more. In fact, it ain't going anywhere no more. And I'll try to like affect an accent because I think I'm tough right now. And he could totally tell that I have like the northern accent, so it doesn't play off very well. The locomotive's gone over the side of a gorge, and it looks like we're staying here for the night. So the rest of the passengers need this space.
Ah, I see. Well,
And,
that makes sense.
If you've seen a shovel around, I would like you to point me in its direction.
I think I might have one in the pack here. Let me gather up my things.
Carry a shovel in your railway car?
It's a fold-up one.
Oh, okay. Of course.
You seriously have one?
Sure.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You didn't purchase a shovel. And I don't know. I'm not saying they didn't have shovel technology in the 1800s, but I don't know that they quite had fold-up shovels yet.
There was
I
no
think
need.
they were basically working with like steel and wood.
Sounds about right.
Okay, that's like I will. If I come across one, I will let you know.
I think fold-up shovels were a World War One invention, but who
Could
knows?
be. Yeah.
It could be like Valkyria Chronicles, where some guy's like, "Well, actually, Arthur, you're completely fucking wrong." And I'm like, "Oh, I guess." And then he's like,
Valkyria.
"Here's an article why you're wrong," and I'm like, "Well, that does explain
Oh,
in huge detail why I'm wrong." Exactly.
thank you for that. uh,
I'll follow
so
and say, lead on there, lead on. How can I lend a hand, please?
I will just start rooting around everything in this cart looking for a shovel, and there's probably not going to be
There's
one.
no shovel on this trip.
No, there's no shovel.
There was a coal shovel
It's
in the coal
down
compartment.
there.
Which is 1,000 feet below.
Well, in that case, after a few minutes of searching around, unless anything else happens, I'm going to get either a rug or some blankets or something to take out to Hack.
I guess I'll follow along, and then if I see that it's Hack, I'll go,
He's dead.
oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, because we would have stuck close together throughout the whole trip, I guess, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
What
then
happened?
yeah, bandits. In
Okay,
fact,
so I guess I'll kind of kneel down and kind of look over him and kind of search over the body and stuff a little bit. And I'm going to say, allow me to introduce myself formally. My name is Beauregard Fitzpatrick III. I'm a representative of Archibald, Hogarth, and Socross, the law firm. It just so happens that firm is where Hack's brother Quint is employed, and I was keeping an eye on him for his brother. This is horrible, horrible news, but we'll have to attend to things first before I let him know. I give him my business card, and it says on there, my full name, and it says underneath it says in quotes, expediter.
Oh,
Expediter.
well then. All right, so yeah, I will set to work of rolling up Hack in a rug, but I'm not going to throw him off a bridge. So
you're going to throw him off a bridge?
No, I'm not going to.
No, I'll help him. I would feel that would be the proper thing to do. So I'll help him gather so he doesn't get eaten by the animals.
Yeah, try to keep him. I don't know, like
there's no ice.
Fire.
We just have to keep him somewhere where people won't freak out.
Yeah, under the train maybe.
What?
I got nothing. I don't know where else.
However many cars we have, like we'll just put him in the corner somewhere on one of them cars. Just like this is the dead body section. Don't go over here. Because if we leave him outside, it's going to attract the animals. We don't want that, so we'll just say keep him in here.
So this dead bandit.
Wait. I know I'm breaking the vermissilitude of this, but I want to be clear. Yes, audience. Entrenching tools have been around since the time of Caesar.
Oh, no.
However, it wasn't until World War I that the modern collapsible shovel was invented. Okay, they had shovel technology for thousands of years, but they did not have the fold-up shovel until World War I, which is about when I thought they would have it.
So you were pretty good. Good for you.
There was no need for a fold-up shovel to this point in history in North America. So I could see why that would be the case.
Until the Boy Scouts came along and they had it was part of the kit.
So this McCreary's boys, do they have any was he wearing like a red bandana or something or?
Yeah, they all had black bandanas around the bottom of their faces.
Okay.
So you couldn't identify them easily.
I would start rifling through his stuff.
Okay. He has a Colt Lightning, I think is what it's called.
No, chuck that.
Here. Oh yeah, you don't want the gun. All right, let's make sure that's the right gun. Yeah, it's a Colt Lightning. It's a 38. He's got 20 38 bullets. He's got 2 speed loaders full with rounds.
I will pick up the gun. That way we can, if there's anybody else on board that might know how to use one or do something. So,
Well, there's nothing remarkable about the gun, right? Like he doesn't have his initials inscribed into it or anything. So, yeah.
There's typhons in that. What are you at there, boy?
Trying to type Kappa. Apparently, I didn't
Okay.
put the capital K in. Sorry, audience.
And so I'll say, so Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
do you happen to know, looking around here, do you know any, like, where we are at all? I can ask
So
somebody
when you
else.
ask that question, Mr. King, or I'm sorry, Mr. White, his name's King White.
Yeah, the conductor
The
dude.
conductor shows
He
up.
should
He should
know.
He's like, "You're asking where we are, boy. Happen to know a thing or two. I'm in charge of this here train now. Don't listen to that. I'm that crazy woman." And he kind of like spits some tobacco to like the side. Like, oh, there's these nice linens in the windows. Of course, the windows are shattered and there's glass everywhere, right? And he just spits on the linens. And then when you see him do it, he's just like, "Train's not going nowhere." Okay. Well, see, here's the thing. Train's about 50 miles from the nearest station. And that's forward across the trestle works.
I knew he was going to say that.
There's a cold night coming in here. And more importantly, the food larder is poorly stocked. We were going to pick up a whole load at the next station. The food here, with this many passengers, ain't going to last more than a day or so. You like the taste of other meat?
Well, let's hope it don't come to that.
So he gestures towards the pistol that you're holding in your hands right now. Dude, what is the name of your new character?
Just call him Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, Beauregard Bo.
Mr. Bo, I'm going to need that firearm there for my own personal usage.
You know how to use it?
Are you going to hand it to him? He's like, "Yeah, of course I know how to use it, boy. You stick the pointy end at him and pull the trigger, right?"
Why don't you go ahead and load it there for me first, and I'll hand it to him.
Oh, amazing. So you hand it to him, and he's shaking the whole... So it should be noted, this guy's like 60 years old in the 1800s. So he's like shaking as he puts it in there with the speed loader, and he can't quite get it in there, and it takes him 2 or 3 tries. He's like, "Now, gosh darn it." And then he gets it, click it in there, and then he jams the gun in. Because the speed loader cylinder's still in. He never pulled it out. He's like,
"Okay, mister.
Okay.
I'm going to take it back
It's a loaded
from
gun
you.
now, Mr. Blow. Step away from me. I don't want anything bad to happen now. That I got this
Lord
thing
have
loaded."
mercy.
Just go that way, please.
Yes.
So he's got the gun, and he's like waving it around now. He's like, "I don't want to hurt anybody with this thing, but there's no..." And his finger's in the trigger guard.
I can't allow
"I know
this.
there's no safety. I don't want to hurt anybody. Just step back. Stop. I am in charge here. I'm the conductor. I'm responsible for your safety." And then he sticks the gun, and still in the trigger guard, into his pants.
Oh, man.
That was a bad move.
All right. You go over there, and
So
I'm going to go look around for
50
traces.
miles across the north where we were going. 50 miles across the track.
West.
West. It's 50 miles to the west. Across the trestle to the next town.
You go north in these mountains, you'll be dead in days. So
Yeah.
there ain't nothing there in the Rockies.
And then going backwards, though, where would be the nearest town, or is that not even an option?
Probably 75 miles at least ways.
I got you.
You have just as much of a chance of getting there as walking to Boston.
Oh, Boston.
So Laura Giles comes forward again, and she's like, "I'm terribly worried about the rest of the train. Why don't some of you boys take a walk down the tracks and see what happened? I can't imagine a train car would get very far, especially since they broke loose near the bottom of that hill. It's getting near dark, and I think we should try to recover as much of our belongings as possible. It looks to me like we're in for a long stay or a hike."
What say you, Jim?
Well, I suppose the McCreary boys might be down there.
She says, "Oh, the McCreary boys, I ain't worried about them." So she, like, flourishes her hand and shakes it, and a derringer appears there.
Those spring-loaded derringer type things.
Does it again in the other hand. There's no spring-loading here.
She's just
using manual dexterity of magic, like sleight of hand.
Gotcha.
and getting derringers in her hand. And she's just like, if those McCrary boys get in my way, I'll put a bullet in them.
Well, I guess the lady can take care of herself.
She says,
No.
I'm coming with you.
Let's go.
We'll
I
lead
have
on.
a certain